Oh, great. We're right in the middle of backing up and the infotainment screen totally went black. Now, it could be multiple reasons that's causing this to happen. Could it be the infotainment screen? Could it be the backup camera? Could it be an electrical connection issue? Or none of the above? Well, we're going to get into this a little bit later on, so why don't you stick around while we get into the top 5 problems in this 2022 Toyota Camry. Now let's go ahead and talk about premature oxygen sensor failure. Now, manufacturers do recommend roughly 60,000 miles and up, you want to consider replacing these components. Now, on the 2022 Toyota Camry, they have a tendency to fail prematurely, and that could be due to the heater element in the component itself. Now, these here are located in the exhaust system, one upstream, which is up above the catalytic converter, and then one downstream is beyond the catalytic converter or even in it. Now, the heater sensor system may malfunction. That's going to set a check engine light on the dash where you might see a code P0, 135, or a 161. You want to go ahead and replace the oxygen sensors, and it's always recommended to do them in a pair. Now, nobody likes a check engine light, but if you happen to have one on inside your 22 Camry and you hook up that scan tool, you may find a code P0, 441, 442, 446, or a 456 that could lead to a potential evap system leak. Now, the first thing you want to do is go ahead and check that gas cap and see if that cap is tight. If it is tight, there's still potential for that gas cap to be bad and it's not holding the pressure on that tank as needed. The evap canister vent valve could be causing a problem. That's something you want to check out. Then you have your charcoal canister up above the rear differential area here in the back of the vehicle, and the pellets themselves inside could come loose and clog the port, causing a problem there. Now, proper diagnostics are going to be needed to find out what part is needed. But go ahead and order up that part, get it installed, and then clear that check engine light, and you should be all set. Now let's go ahead and talk about coolant system component failure. Now, we're going to be looking at coolant bypass valves. There's going to be one for the transmission. There's going to be one for the heating system, and that's going to be located on the back side here behind the battery, and they're pretty easily accessible. You're going to be looking at the hoses that connect to the valves. There could be a potential leak there, or the valves themselves could be failing. The other component you want to look at is the water pump. On this particular model, it's an electric unit, and that is located on the front side of the engine. If you find yourself needing any of these components, you definitely want to go ahead and replace these immediately. You don't want to be stuck on the side of the road. Now let's go ahead and talk about potential transmission problems with this vehicle. Now, what you might be experiencing is at highway speeds, you feel the car starting to jerk back and forth, giving you an uncomfortable drive. What this is called is gear hunting. Now, all this is that the transmission doesn't know what gear to be in. And this is a simple software glitch with the TCM, which is the transmission control module. You want to bring it down to the local dealer, have them reprogram it or flash the computer, and that should solve your problem. Now, we're going to go ahead and talk about the infotainment screen going black while we're backing up. This is the one you've all been waiting for. Now, which one of these 4 did you choose? Did you select the infotainment system, the backup camera, the loose electrical connection, or none of the above? Well, if you chose the infotainment system, you chose correctly. Now, this is just a software glitch that Toyota has. What you want to do is go ahead and set up an appointment with your local Toyota dealer. They're going to go ahead and reboot or update that system, and that should solve your problems.